Hi, everyone. My name is Andrea Moje, and I just wanted to say hello from Living Color Artist. Who is excited? Who has been painting along with us? I have not missed a day. Today is the Rainbow Rose. I hope that you guys are enjoying painting along and practicing and keeping our skills up. Um, I am on vacation in Germany, and for me, it's a little later. It's about 5 in the evening. For you guys, it's in Central Time. I think it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm from California, so it's even earlier than that. So, good morning to all of you. And I just wanted to say thank you, Summer, for having me. And I'm very excited to be painting today with you. I hope you guys will paint along and make sure that you do the hashtags Living Color Artist and 10-day Rose Challenge. I've had so much fun painting, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've seen some of the work. Oh my gosh, absolutely amazing. The garden from yesterday was gorgeous, and I'm just very excited to always be a part of these great challenges. It keeps me in practice. It keeps, I think, us relevant, right? The more we practice, the more we're posting, the more our clients are seeing us, and this is awesome for us getting back into the face painting scene. So I am going to do a on the job rainbow rose. Now, normally I would do some airbrush and then I would use my Pro Air and do the main work. But since I'm on vacation, no airbrush. So today I will be doing some sponging. The paint that I use is water resistant paint. So it is a little bit different than the cake paint that most of us use. I wanted to thank our sponsors. I am one of the sponsors, and so it's my Creative Faces glitter sticks and the Wash It Off soap, which removes the Pro Air and any kind of the makeup that we're using. Our other sponsor is Amanda Careford, and she is with Bling Mania. And look at the beautiful mirror and bling that you can win. So make sure you guys are posting every day. So you will be qualified and entered into the European prize and to the American prize. So I am sponsoring the American prize and Amanda is sponsoring the UK prize. So even if you have not painted every single day, to qualify for that, you should still paint anyways along with us. We have 5 more days to go. Tomorrow, nobody will be going live, but you need to follow us on Instagram and you need to make sure that you so you know by midnight what you're going to be painting for tomorrow. It's the weekend, so even if you have a gig, you still have till midnight to get it in and to be using your hashtags. Okay, so again, I am Andrea, and the paint that I use is Pro Air. Since it is a rainbow rose, I pre-made this cake. And if you are interested in any of the Pro Air and smudge proof, water resistant makeup, reach out to me later and I will give you my 2 cents on how to get started by using this makeup, which is really great for hot events. It's really great for models who can't sweat off the makeup and you're going to be working on them for a time. Again, this is alcohol-based makeup, so I'm going to be using 91 or 99% alcohol to activate my paints, or you can use the Prolong, and the Prolong will also wake up your paints. So without any further ado, let's get painting. This is a 3/4 inch brush. I'm going to load my red and my orange. And again, I'm going to be painting up here. And I'm going to do some one stroke. It dried out a little bit because I was chatting. So again, activating this with alcohol or Prolong. So I'm going to make one petal. If you are not that great at roses, it's okay. And that's why this challenge is for you, because practicing and getting that placement right and being able to be fast at this on the job and doing a really cool design that the kids love, or even teenagers, adults, the mom at a birthday party. If you don't know how to do the placement, I would make these two little lines here, and then I would just do my little wiggle, 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 wiggle. And I'm going to be doing kind of a, I think it's called a cabbage rose, where the petals are opened up. So I'm starting with a red and orange and yellow first. Now, the one thing with this paint is I do have to reload fairly often because it does dry out on me. Especially if you're on location and it's really hot, alcohol evaporates at a pretty quick rate versus the water paint, but the payoff is awesome soft. Even Halloween is coming up, guys, and you have clients all day long, and the client is paying you to do their makeup, and the last thing that you want is to have a client in the morning, and by Halloween time or their party, the makeup has come and you know, they're upset because whatever, they don't look as fresh as they did when you painted them. This is the kind of makeup for you because it will stay on throughout the day until they wash it off. Again, that comes to the soap that I have made. It's called Wash It Off soap. So obviously the name is in the in the title, right? Okay, so I don't like this really big gap here. So I'm going to go a little more wiggle. You can sometimes pull them down to a point, but I've got my nice round circle. My petals are nice and opened. Now, the one thing with my paint is I just kind of switch off a brush. So I'm going to put this off to the side and I'm going to move on to the next brush so I can load that with my next rainbow colors. The one nice thing that I found about this paint is when I am doing one stroke, it is less likely to smudge as I'm doing the layers. I know I'm also use water-based paint, and sometimes you have to let that dry in between. So this is a Prima Barton 3/4 inch. The next color, what did I do? I think I did a purple and teal. So going along with our rainbow, you can either do a very pretty soft rainbow or a pastel. This one I decided to do a little more primary colors. I thought that would be fun. So I've got red, kind of an orange yellow, and then I'm going to do here, I'm going to go right into this next one and do some blue and purple. If it's a little thick, I'm going to add some hybrid, and the hybrid is normally used for the airbrush, but because the hybrid has such beautiful colors, I just add that right into the dips, and you can still get a nice consistency with the hybrid as long as you are mixing it in with some of the dips. You can still get that nice one stroke. So I've got some good dark vivid colors going on here, and I'm just going to go in between those spaces that I created with the first layer of petals. Here we go. Like that. Now, as I'm letting this dry, I kind of want to look at placement and where this is going to be. So say I'm at a festival and I'm painting a teenager. I can do this décolletage on her, and I can have it coming off of right here. Now, while I still have the makeup wet on my brush, and this is kind of drying a little bit, I'm going to kind of pull off here like a bud and kind of had that come on in like right there. Now I'm going to take some green because that's the color that I was missing. So for the rainbow, it doesn't necessarily have to be in your exact rainbow order. As long as you're just seeing all of those really pretty rainbow colors coming through, that is going to translate. So now I'm going to pull in a little bit of lime green that I made myself with dips green and then a hybrid green. I'm going to come right in here, and I did add some white because I felt like It makes the contrast a little better. It still translates to be a rainbow. So if somebody wants to argue white is not in the rainbow, I'm not going to say they're wrong. But for me, I liked adding a little bit of the white. So I'm going to now make this like half of shell here, and I'm going to reload. And each time that I'm loading, I'm kind of picking up another color. So I picked up a little bit of the teal at the bottom here, and I'm making this lip here. So the trick is to kind of work fast so it does not dry on you. Again, all you need to do is spritz your area with a little bit of the alcohol, or you can use a little bit of the Prolong. So I'm going to come back in right here. I'm going to pull, and I'm going to pull. I'm going to pull. This brush is like the cheapest snap brush ever, and I just love it. It is one of my all-time favorite brushes. I feel like I can't live without these snap brushes. So I'm gonna just come up here where I've already created this and pull to have a little bit of the bud. My white is kind of running out here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this challenge. I absolutely love painting roses. They are fast, they are effective, and I feel like people, you get a lot of excitement when they see themselves and they're like, whoa, you created something in just a few seconds. You know, us space painters, we are entertainers. So we have to wow our audience, right? So this is my version of throwing together a little bit of my rainbow underneath colors that are popping through. I'm not cleaning my brush on this one. I am going to pick up some teal. I'm sorry. And I'm going to leave the white on the edge. And where I have pointed this down, because again, we're talking about placement. Up on the shoulder, I have a tube top on. I don't want to go too far down into this line, but I still would like to add a leaf here. Wiggle, wiggle. And I was just using the makeup that I had already had on. And I'm coming down here. I noticed I can't really get in there too tight, so you want to go just right up to here. And with this makeup, you can layer, and it does not, it doesn't move, you know, so that is one of the nice things. So I've got this one. I want to add more green, and then I'm going to pick up this really cool yellow. Again, I made it myself by mixing some hybrid along with the dips. Now the dips, you are a little bit limited on the colors, and so you got to be creative here. So this would actually be UV activated. And I just am using my dirty brush, and I just keep reloading here. And I'm going to pull this off here and a little bit coming off here. And I'm going to have this coming up and around, not too much. So I'm giving that illusion. I still see my rainbow colors. I don't see very much yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Prima Barton number 8, and I'm going to do my regular dips yellow and mix that a little bit with my neon yellow. And sometimes I like to just come in and tap, 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 and I'm pulling a little bit of those colors right in through there and adding just a little more of the rainbow effect. So most of the time I will be doing this with a white, but because I don't see too much rainbow on this one, I'm just coming in here and I'm filling it in just a little bit here. Okay, so I've got this nice, still kind of summery rainbow. Excuse me. I'm going to take this pop stencil using very dense sponge, tapping out some white. And I just like how this tip right here kind of shows through. I'm going to go like that, bring that out, take a little more. If I wanted to pick up just a hint of green in there, I can totally do that. So I would like to also do this, but I want to make sure that I'm lining it up so it kind of makes sense. Stenciling yourself, if you have never done this, it's quite tricky. On the job, it's much easier, yeah? So I'm just giving it a little bit of, I guess texture would be a good word. You can use these cute little curly cues as well, but I'm really into draping. So I'm going to tap, 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 picking up my white again. Again, whenever you're doing sponge work, you really have to make sure that you know how much you're loading on there, because too much will ruin your design. I'm going to just do a little bit of draping coming down here. Whoop, just like that. What teenager or lady would not like that, right? Super cute. Let's see, that's good. And then I have these little, normally I would use a finger dauber, but because I'm in Germany, I brought very limited stuff. And I'm going to use this stencil from Carrie Combs. She is Topaz Stencils, and it's got all these little kind of starbursts on there. Not a white, but you can tap, tap, tap. And remember, your consistency is very important when you are working with sponge work. You want it to almost be dry as you're adding that on there, just to make a little bit of fun little sparkles. Let's see. And there's so many cool ones on here that you can do. If you're on the job and you are very limited on time, you know, you don't need to do too much, but I'm just adding a little bit of texture. And then I'm going to take number 1 brush, dip it a little bit inside of my alcohol, go back to my white here, and any part that I think needs to just have a little tiny bit of a pop, boom, 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 pulling that in. Man, some of these instructors, their work is just so gorgeous. Woo! I have loved seeing all of the different, everyone's different version of what the calendar says, right? So if it says boy design, you know, it's just, it's what your interpretation was. So for the rainbow one, I know I've kind of played it out. I've done lots and lots of the ghost roses with the rainbow underneath. So I was sitting here for like 2 hours thinking, I can't do the same one. I really want to switch it up and do something a little tiny bit different. So it's a little more creative and something I haven't done. Again, this is good because I'm thinking outside the box. I'm lesson planning for a future gig in case what if somebody asks, can you do a rainbow rose? Sure I can. I did it in my challenge. So it's always good for us to be practicing, right? Okay, so my little draping, I'm going to just slightly add the part that I did not stencil on, just like that. And then I'm going to take one of the glitter sticks, and this one is called Rainbow. Haha. And because I'm using Pro Air, I cannot put the balm base on top, but if I was using my water-based paint, I totally could, because then it wouldn't smudge. But for the Pro Air, this has the ingredients that will help to remove it. So you don't want to do that. So I have a little glitter coming off here, a little glitter here. And it does have a lot of very fun little pieces in there that, not too much, but it just adds to my rainbow effect. Let me see if you can see that here. And this would be an on-the-job rainbow rose. I hope you guys like it. If you would like to paint along and you can tag me in this, that would be awesome. Remember, don't forget your hashtags, NOLA, Living Color Artist and 10-Day Rose Challenge. We are halfway done, guys. Super excited. I can't tell you what we're going to paint tomorrow. You got to tune in on Instagram, and you got to wait for the calendar to be revealed. And a big shout out to, again, our sponsors, which is me. glitter sticks and wash it off soap. There's also a mirror in there. And you get some Sally Ann Lynch boards. Look at those 2 boards in the end. Those are awesome to practice on. And then you have Amanda Careford, who is going to send our UK and European contestants that beautiful bling and that mirror. Oh man, who would not love to do a mirror moment with that beautiful mirror? I hope that you guys liked this design. Again, it was really fun. I was excited to be a part of this challenge, even on vacation, halfway around the world from where I am. I will take pictures and post this, and I would hope to see that some of you guys posted and liked the rainbow rose. Enjoy the rest of the challenge, and I cannot wait to see your guys' work. All right. I'll see you guys soon.